Stakeholders from the Nigeria, Senegal, Kenya and ambassadors of Israel and Palestinians on Thursday engaged in a dialogue to fashion out ways in fostering peace between the ongoing Israeli and Hamas war, which have affected both countries, killing innocent women and children in the wake. Convener Geopolitics Series Senator Rebo said the overarching theme, bridging divides for sustainable peace in the Middle East and beyond, underscores dedication to promoting understanding, peaceful coexistence, humanitarian consideration, and recognizing the global implications of this conflict.
The Israeli-Palestinian conflict, we are looking at it today from the angle of fostering peace. Because when there is peace in any part of the world, also it affects peace in other parts of the world.
Stakeholders expressed their grievances at both countries as both sides threw blame at each other during the online discourse. The ambassador of Israel and Nigeria and the permanent representative of Israel to ECOWAS, Michael Freeman, gave his perspective on the way forward.
But what we're seeing is something very, very different from the Palestinian leadership. We're seeing something much more disturbing. We're seeing something much more concerning. And so I would say to you, that's the way forward. The way forward simply is remove Hamas, finish this war in Gaza, return our hostages, and then hope that there will be a leadership in the Palestinian side that genuinely wants peace and is willing to sit with Israel and say, we recognize your history, we recognize your background, we recognize what you want, and come to some form of compromise. Unfortunately, up until this point, that leadership has been sorely lacking.
For his part, the Palestinian ambassador to Nigeria, Abdullah Shawesh, says the recent attack by Hamas cannot be discussed from the event of October 7th without going back to history.
The tragedy of the Palestinian people started long time ago. Even if we want to go to the Genesis, the very first chapter, the very first book in the Torah itself, we're going to find us there. Before the God gave Abram, at that time his name was Abram, the fifth Adam, the four promises he gave him. These promises, while he have not yet have neither Ishmael or Ishaq themselves, to you and to your descendant. Then he promised him by the land of Canaan, which is us, by the land of Palestine and the Palestinians, and you're gonna find it in the Genesis itself. We are there. Before the Israeli, before Abram himself, before Abram had Ismail and Ishaq himself.
Earlier in her welcome address, Agnes John Thomas of West Africa Democracy Radio stated the need to advocate for unity as both sides have witnessed profound loss. Thomas emphasized that true peace can only be achieved through dialogue as both sides need to listen to each other.